This holiday season, we're bringing the Christmas cheer straight to you with our office Christmas party, Filipino style. Get ready for a taste of Pinoy Christmas traditions, exciting games, and the kind of fun only Christmas in the Philippines can bring. Come join the party and let's spread the Christmas joy together. Maligayang Pasko, repeaters!
This is not a Christmas song.
Before we do though, make sure you like the video and subscribe if you've not already, and of course ring that notification bell to make sure that you stay up to date on all of our new uploads.
This is inspired by everyone in the country for the safety of everyone in this flight.
Going back to the Philippines for this holiday party was an exciting experience that promises a unique blend of fun, tradition, and festive cheer. As soon as you arrived at NAIA, which is Manila International Airport, we noticed the unmistakable Christmas spirit that fills the air. From colorful paroles, which is Christmas lanterns, decorating the whole airport to the sounds of Christmas carols echoing throughout the area. Wow. The Filipino culture takes Christmas celebrations seriously with festivities that begin early and last through January. You'll feel an immediate sense of warmth, not just from the weather, but from the welcoming attitude of your Filipino colleagues who are eager to share in the joy of the season. The Filipino Christmas party is more than just a casual gathering. It's an essential part of Filipino workplace culture, a much-anticipated event where colleagues come together to celebrate the spirit of Christmas. In the Philippines, Christmas is one of the grand celebrations that begin as early as September, and the office party is one of the highlights of the holiday season. This occasion is not just about work, it's about bonding, showing appreciation, and creating memories with coworkers. No Filipino Christmas celebration is complete without food, and the office Christmas party is no exception. So Mama hopped on her trusty motorbike rider just hours before the Christmas party starts, ready to head to Phuong Lan Garden to buy food for the party. Weaving through the bustling streets filled with holiday shoppers and traffic, her goal was clear: get the best spread of Filipino favorites to make the office Christmas party unforgettable, and she knew Phuong Lan Garden had exactly what they needed. Arrived at Phuong Lan, they parked the motorbike outside and quickly made her way inside, excited to pick up the food we've been thinking about. Yum! The restaurant was busy, but the staff greeted her warmly as they prepared the order. Mama chose their bestseller of the season, for the holiday seasons. The staff wrapped the food and put it in a brown bag. Later on, we will show you what dish they selected. With everything packed up, she rode back to the office, ready to share the delicious feast that would bring everyone together for a joyful Christmas celebration. Just to let you know, Mama isn't working at this specific office, but she's one of them. As usual, Mama arrived at the venue and saw me already munching on my one-piece chicken joy because
Chicken joy is that.
These are the dishes she bought from the restaurant. Put! When Mama's editing this, she's going to censor the put so I can say it whenever I want. Put. And kuchinta, corn soup, lumpiang Shanghai, crispy sweet and sour pork, yum! Crispy fried chicken, mixed fruits, pancit canton and bihon, chop suey, which is mixed vegetables stir-fried with seafoods, and seafood fried rice, and various Filipino delicacies, which made the evening feel like a true gastronomic celebration, sharing stories and reminiscing about past happenings, and enjoying the hearty meal. It was a perfect representation of the Filipino values, where everyone comes together to share in the joy and abundance of the season. These games are not just about fun, but about fostering a sense of community and generosity, key values in Filipino culture, and probably any other culture, but right now we're just going to focus on this one in particular. A few hours and heavy eating later, the much anticipated thing in the Christmas party is the fun-filled games and activities that bring everyone together. It's not just about exchanging gifts, it's about laughing and bonding with colleagues. The games are designed to make everyone laugh and loosen up, turning the office into a festive playground. The next day, As the holiday season rolled in, I asked Mama to take me and my cousins to SM City EDSA to fully immerse myself in the Christmas spirit. We walked around for a bit, taking in the sights and the energy of the shoppers, with some rushing to buy gifts while others leisurely strolled. After a bit of browsing, I started to feel hungry and knew exactly where I wanted to go. My cravings led me straight to Jollibee. My all-time Filipino fast food spot. I couldn't resist ordering a plate of their famous spaghetti, topped with their signature sweet tomato sauce and loaded with hot dog slices. To make the meal even better, I added a one-piece chicken joy, crispy and golden on the outside, tender and juicy on the inside.
Yum!
It was the perfect comfort food to enjoy. My classmates don't know what they're missing out on. Gavin had his mind set on McDonald's, and soon enough they ordered him his favorite snack, McDo's Shake Fries cheese flavor. We laughed as he handed me a small container of the cheesy fries, sharing a moment of friendly rivalry between Jollibee and McDonald's fans.
I didn't do anything.
We laughed as he handed me a small container of the cheesy fries,
Yum!
sharing a moment of friendly rivalry between Jollibee and McDonald's fans.
Okay. The bottom below is the cheesiest one. I'm doing this with my friend. Seasoning!
Despite our differing fast food loyalties, we both agree that food tastes better when shared with good company. Clearly, Garen doesn't know how hard it is to survive without Jollibee. As we sat cozily and soon we were all sitting down to enjoy our meals, I dug into my Jollibee spaghetti, savoring the sweet sauce and perfectly crispy chicken joy.
Yummy!
Garen, on the other hand, was happily munching on his cheesy fries, which he kept offering me to try. I couldn't resist sampling his cheesy fries, which were as indulgent and satisfying as they promised to be. I felt connected to the spirit of the season, where family, food, and joy came together in simple yet meaningful ways. After enjoying our meal, I felt like exploring a bit more in SM. We spotted Papelmero Tea, a Filipino-owned shop known for its wide selection of unique stationery with a touch of Filipino design. I love the way they incorporate local culture and heritage into their product, each showcasing colorful traditional Filipino patterns. It was like a celebration of Filipino artistry in every corner of the store. Several walks in a jeep ride later. After spending a fun-filled day at SM City EDSA, we finally made our way back home. Feeling content. Me and Garen decided to unwind by playing on our Nintendo Switch. We sat on the floor, ready to dive into our favorite games and enjoy the evening. Garen and I played. I can't even say played anymore. Garen and I played a few rounds of Mario Kart.
I got it. He took my fire. He took it out. Joe. I got the finishing move.
The next day, after a fun-filled and heartwarming Filipino Christmas party, we were ready to embark on the next chapter of our holiday journey. Now, as we're at the airport, waiting for our flight to the next destination, I'm filled with excitement and anticipation.
So excited because
Bicol holds a special place in my heart. It's where my roots are and I can't wait to see my family there, dad's side of the family, and create new memories together. This time, I'm staying until January ended, so it's going to be a long, relaxing break away before the school starts. The airport was buzzing with activity as we prepared to board the flight. The holiday season is winding down, but it feels like the adventure is just beginning. Bicolandia offers such a peaceful escape with its natural beauty, delicious food, and the welcoming embrace of family. The long break will be the perfect opportunity to recharge and focus on the things. We'll focus on the Nintendo Switch, relaxation, and making memories that will last. As we wait for our flight to take us to Bicolandia, I can't help but reflect on the wonderful Christmas party we just had and the moments of pure joy shared with friends and family.
Here I go.
The flight was scheduled early in the morning. As in really early. I advise you to book a flight early in the morning because of several benefits. First off, early morning flights tend to have fewer delays compared to those later in the day. With fewer flights already operating before yours, there is less chance of previous delays causing a ripple effect. This can lead to a smoother, more reliable travel experience, getting you to your destination on time or even early. Arriving in the airport early means shorter security lines, less stress, and more time to get settled in before takeoff. Once you're on the plane, you'll experience a quieter, more relaxed atmosphere, which can make your journey more comfortable. Plus, getting the first flight out helps avoid the rush of passengers arriving later in the day. Lastly, booking a morning flight allows you to maximize your time at your destination. Arriving earlier in the day gives you a head start. Touchdown on Bicol International Airport. Looking out the window, I caught my first glimpse of the majestic Mayon volcano in the distance. Its perfect cone shape stood proudly against the grayish sky, casting an almost magical aura over the sunrise. Wow! The sight was a reminder of the stunning natural beauty that this region of the Philippines is famous for. Walking out of the airport terminal, I couldn't help but feel the energy of the region. The combination of the cool fresh air and the picturesque backdrop of Mayon created a sense of calm. Well, the cool fresh air is going to turn into hot air as the day progresses. Walking out of the airport terminal, I couldn't help but feel the energy of the Bicol region seep in. The warm, humid air wrapped around me as I stepped outside, and the distinct sounds of the local environment filled the atmosphere. As we went into the tricycle, the small motorized vehicle bounced along the uneven road, making the ride feel like a true Bicol adventure. As the tricycle zipped through the bustling streets, I noticed the colorful homes and vibrant street scenes. The road curved, and soon enough, we then caught a glimpse of the towering Mayon volcano in the distance again. A few minutes later, we have arrived in this small town where I grew up. Buddy Badong, this loyal dog who had been with us for years, was the first to greet us. His wagging tail and excited bark made it clear that he had missed us. Well, me anyway. I could feel the warmth of his affection as I patted his soft fur, and he responded as if he was saying, "I've missed you too." He was a constant companion throughout my childhood. His response to my touch, the way he leaned into me for attention, reminded me of how much he had always been a part of the family, and how it reminded me of when he smells like an unfamiliar smell, he would bark instantly. Yes, he would do that. Yum!
5 cheese and garlic.
Soon enough, they ordered my favorite pizza. Every time we're here in Bicol or in Manila, we always order Angel's Pizza, choosing 2 of the best flavors, well, at least for us. 1 pepperoni pizza and 1 5-cheese pizza.
Yum! Ang sarap.
The pepperoni pizza with its perfectly crispy, savory slices of pepperoni never failed to satisfy. The 5-cheese pizza, on the other hand, was a cheesy masterpiece, loaded with a rich blend of mozzarella, cheddar, and other delicious cheeses that melted together to create the perfect balance of flavors.
Bibigay din yung ano.
Ang sarap
Ay, hindi ko
nito.
kayang buksan ito. Kakain ako ng kangkong kain.
It was a combination that never got old, no matter how many times we ordered it.
Umuulan ng pepperoni.
The next day, Mama left me here so I could spend the rest of my vacation here. It was a bittersweet moment. The day she left was filled with mixed emotions. Bye, Mama!
I can't do this anymore.
Which was 10% happy and 90% happiest. She packed her things and prepared for her journey back to Manila. I knew she had to go, but part of me wished she could stay for just a little longer. We had spent so much time together during the holidays, and now it was time for her to return to her routine. Well, I got to enjoy the comfort of my hometown a little more. She was now on the way to the bus terminal. Mama's journey back to Manila wasn't going to be a short one. She had booked a ticket on the sleeper bus, knowing it was the most comfortable option for the long trip, and she wanted to try this bus since they started in operation. She left in the evening. Sleeper buses are one of the popular choices for travelers going between Bicol and Manila. She had told me before she left that the journey could take about 10 to 12 hours, depending on traffic and the number of stops along the way. While it was a long ride, the comfort of the sleeper bus made the trip more manageable. One of the standout features of the sleeper bus is the comfort. The seats are wider and more spacious than typical bus seats. The buses are generally equipped with reclining seats, which can fully convert into flatbeds, providing a more restful experience compared to regular buses. This is especially helpful for those traveling overnight, allowing passengers to sleep through the ride and arrive in Manila feeling more refreshed. The headroom in her seat felt a bit tight due to the bulkhead where the speaker was located, being positioned right on top of her. This particular setup meant that the ceiling was lower in her area, restricting the amount of space she had above her head. The speaker was mounted in a way that further reduced the available clearance, making it feel even more cramped. However, when she switched to a seat with a backrest that wasn't positioned near the bulkhead, the headroom was much more comfortable.
Nice.
In that seating position, she had enough space to reclining backrest without feeling restricted. The backrest had a little bump served as a pillow. Unfortunately, this was the only seat available at that time, so she had no choice but to accept the situation. Despite the less than ideal headroom, she made the best of it. The sleeper buses can be a bit pricey compared to regular buses, so it may not be the most budget-friendly option for all travelers. Mama had more room to stretch out and relax compared to a regular bus.
Ever gonna happen?
As the bus moves through the night, the bus is also usually equipped with air conditioning, which keeps the environment cool throughout the journey. Don't forget to bring your jacket because the buses are so cold, so better to be prepared. The ride feels like a moving hotel room, allowing you to relax and unwind as the night passes on. But Mama has another plan. We all know that she's a big eater, so she bought herself food that she can enjoy while the bus is moving. First on the list, she bought Jollibee Champ, coffee from Dunkin', and half of a Chooks to go chicken to enjoy while on the sleeper bus. Yummy! She knew that the long ride from Bicol to Manila could get a bit tiring, so she made sure to have her favorite snacks on hand to keep her energized and satisfied throughout the journey. The bus made its first step along the way, a break that allowed passengers to stretch their legs and grab a bite. Mama quickly got off and headed for the ladies' toilet, eager for a brief respite and also to do her business. As she stepped out, the familiar sense of street food wafted through the air. The smoke from a nearby grill caught her attention, and before she knew it, her eyes landed on a small stall where a vendor was grilling pork barbecue. The sizzling sound and the mouth-watering aroma filled the air, making it impossible for Mama to resist. The reddish-brown skewers of pork glistening with sauce looked incredibly appetizing, and the sight alone was enough to make her stomach growl. Mama walked over to the vendor and ordered a skewer of the barbecue, eager to satisfy her cravings. As she returned to the bus, Mama couldn't resist taking a bite of the tender barbecue. The smoky flavor lingered on her tongue. For a little variety, she also had half of a Chooks to go chicken. Chooks to Go specializes in roasted chicken that's both tender and flavorful. Their signature dish, the roasted chicken, I just said it earlier, is perfectly seasoned with a blend of spices, providing a satisfying smoky taste. The chicken is consistently cooked to a golden brown, maintaining juiciness on the inside. As she unwrapped the burger, the delicious smell made her even more excited. The Jollibee Champ, with its juicy beef patty, cheese, and special sauce. She took her first bite, and the combination of tender beef, crispy lettuce, and flavorful condiments exploded in her mouth. The balance of textures and flavors was impeccable, and each bite seemed to offer a little more satisfaction than the last. It was the kind of meal that made every bite satisfying. Along with her champ, she had a warm cup of coffee from Dunkin'.
I don't think so. No, 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 no.
She has arrived in Laguna. We're nearly in Manila now though. After a long journey from Bicol was both a relief and a bit of an exhaustion. The trip itself, which usually takes around 10 to 12 hours, was extended to 14 hours due to the heavy traffic along the way. What would have been a straightforward road trip turned into a more strenuous ordeal as the hours stretched on. However, despite the extended travel time, the sleeper bus Mama was on played a significant role in helping manage the stress. The sleeper bus feature was a lifesaver as she could catch a sleep properly and avoid feeling too fatigued by the time she arrived. The convenience of the sleeper bus offered a level of comfort she hadn't anticipated for such a long trip, and maybe in the past 10 years since she had me. I'm sorry. It allowed her to unwind and ease the physical strain of the journey. While the road was long, she appreciated the ability to lie back and relax as much as possible, especially when the traffic slowed us down further. Slowed her down further because I was in Bicol. It made the whole experience far less stressful, and she could mentally prepare herself for the busy city ahead. I spent the next few days in my hometown, taking in the calm surroundings and appreciating the slower pace of life. It was a time for me to reconnect with the place that shaped so much of who I was. As I went about my days, I often thought about Mama on the bus heading toward Manila. I wondered if she was enjoying the ride, if the journey was as peaceful as she had hoped. I knew she would be looking forward to getting back home, but I also knew she would be missing me just as I missed her. As the travel time stretched, she found herself growing more eager to reach Manila, knowing that her arrival would mark the end of the long ride. However, Manila's notorious traffic greeted her as expected, adding another layer of challenge to an already taxing day. Even as she neared the city, the crawling pace of the traffic made it feel like they were stuck in a never-ending line of cars, finally reaching the capital after what seemed like an eternity on the road. Despite the chaotic traffic, Manila's skyline came into view as she approached the city. It was as if the city's bustling streets and towering buildings offered a fresh start after the weariness of the long road from Bicol. Still, the heavy traffic was a reminder of how busy and fast-paced Manila can be, making it clear that this wasn't a place to relax but rather to dive into action. When she finally stepped off the sleeper bus and into the heart of Manila, specifically Cubao, she was immediately hit with a wave of nostalgia, greeted her as the early morning sun cast a warm glow over the bustling streets. The malls were already open with the bright lights reflecting off their glass exteriors, taking in the sights and sounds of Cubao that had once been her go-to places. The area still held the same energy, with its reputation as a shopping district very much intact. As she walked into one of the malls, the memories of her past life in Cubao began to flood back. It was once her go-to place for everything, from casual window shopping to hunting for the best deals in the countless stores that lined the streets. And it was easy to see why Cubao had earned its reputation as one of the city's prime retail spots. What stood out to her the most, however, were the memories of the many ukay-ukay thrift shops that dotted the district. She had spent so much time sifting through racks of second-hand clothes, discovering hidden gems and unique items at an affordable price. Cubao had also seen the rise of new residential and office buildings that reflect the growing demand for urban living and workspace. So if you're liking this video, please follow or subscribe, hit the bell icon, share, like this video, and comment down below. See you in the next videos, my dear repeaters! Bye-bye to all my repeaters. That is all from COOKreapEAT.